I'm Radiowalli. Thank you so much for giving us this time today. How are you both doing?
Very
We're
well,
very
thank
well.
you.
Thank you for having us.
Abhishek, can I just say I'm loving the hoodie.
Oh,
You
thank
stole
you.
my heart with it.
Thank you. It's chosen by my
It's
daughter,
very
so
cute.
yeah.
So, Abhishek, we'll start with you if that's okay.
Yes, please.
What can I say? She's obviously got great taste. Okay, so obviously your role in this. Firstly, this is a project that I think is a very heartwarming film. So congratulations to both of you on this venture, and the audiences are eagerly awaiting. And I'm going to speak for the whole world when I say this. Around the globe, your audiences have been waiting for this performance for a long time. So the 4th of July can't come in quick enough for us. But your role in this film, Abhishek, is very, very different to those that you've kind of been doing in the past. You haven't done something like this very often or in a little while. So, and I'm sure trying to do a film like this would have been having an emotional toll, a physical toll. How did you prepare for this role?
Um, well, for me as an actor, one of the quests is obviously to bring as much authenticity as possible to the character. And that starts with the physicality. Um,
Yeah.
I'm the kind of actor that really likes to inhabit the person that I'm playing and the environment in which they are going to be told the story. For me, as a viewer as well, I get very distracted when I believe that an actor hasn't really inhabited the character in entirety. That comes with a lot of challenges. It's a very, very difficult thing to do. Thankfully, I had a very supportive team which was with me that worked on the film, starting with Madhumita, our director, and
Yes.
obviously the production as well. Um, the look and feel and emotionality of Kali came through after various discussions between Monisha, Madhumita, myself, Nikhil, and Madhu, and I'm glad that they were, their thought process and their approach is exactly the same. And so you first of all, I think everybody needs to be on the same page and have a common goal of how you see the character, how the character
Yeah.
sound, walk, etc. And then you start preparing for it. Having said that, this isn't something that we're doing which is amazingly pioneering and first time. This is what you should be doing for every film, any which way. So it's a process that I thoroughly enjoy, and I'm glad that I get the opportunity and people feel me worthy enough to approach me with work that I really get to sink my teeth into.
Just on the back of that, and I think you've been quite open in saying this, that you always believe, and this is something that resonates very well with even myself as an artist, that you're only as good as your last project, and if you can't better yourself in the next project, then apne kya hi kiya. So, would you say there was a lot of role, was there a lot of unexpected challenges for you with this role? Because I can imagine the emotional journey would have been different for
Um,
you as well.
yeah, maybe not challenges in the context of your question. It's a challenging film. It's a challenging character. Um, it was something that I hadn't done before, and that therein lay the challenge for me as a performer. The kind of person that Kali is, the things that he has to deal with, his ailments, etc., are things that I've never had to deal with before. So that gave me a new
Mm.
approach. And as an actor, I've always liked to look upon doing my next project. And, it has to be something that possibly I haven't done previously or before. And
Sure.
if it's something that I've done previously, but I'm still drawn towards thematically, the desire then is, can you do it differently to how you did it the last time round? So keeping that in mind, there was more than enough in Kaalidhar as a person for me to try and achieve those
Mm.
goals. So yeah, I mean, I really thoroughly enjoyed it.
It sounds like it really sort of satisfied your inner quest and your inner thirst, which is
I
always
thoroughly, I really,
refreshing
really
to
enjoyed
hear.
making the film. I really, really enjoyed it. It's a very difficult film. It was a very emotional film, very intense.
Mhm.
It took a lot out of me, but the end result, I was very happy. I mean, I used to have a big smile on my
It
face when I
paid
used to
off.
come back from work every day.
And I think that's the goal that we all strive for, Abhishek.
Absolutely, absolutely.
100%. I couldn't have put it in better words. And Manisha, just kind of on the back of what Abhishek and I has been talking about, as a producer, that initial vision that you had in your mind when you were putting this together, did this evolve or change across that creative process, or were you able to just develop and enhance?
It's a very good question, Radiowalli. The every story tends to be like water, and then it takes the shape of the vessel, and the vessel in this
Yeah,
case are our actors. And whether it's Abhishek, whether it's our young Devik, I think Zishan, all characters that were crafted in this found a way to make this their journey and their own. So it would be very arrogant for us to turn around and say that this is exactly the way we visualize it. I think when we choose to produce something, we appreciate the fact that it's a skeletal with which we function, but the real flesh comes to life with the people who actually go there and create it for us. So I think this is no different. In fact, it's turned out even better. To add to Abhishek's point, it was a very challenging film because it was a road film. And what I mean by that is it's a film that's made entirely outside a studio on location in extremely hot and humid circumstances. And the actors, the crew, they did not flinch. They stuck to the schedule and they went through the motions of it.
oh, I love that.
Uh, I think there are lots of adventures in that, and the scar tissue that makes it all worth it when you see the end result. And it's a very sweet film that I think we are blessed to have.
I love the fact that you talked about the entire team just coming together as a family and pushing
True.
forward. And I think that helps carve that journey and make it so much more smoother. But naturally, I can imagine that as a production team, there would have been challenges. But what were those unique wins that, really that for you stood out or helped shape that final output for you?
I think the chemistry between the two characters, which is Kaalidhar and Balu, was very important for us. Abhishek has been very, very accommodating and flattering about his appreciation for young Daivik, the actor who played the character of Balu. But I think he has a lot to do with making that young actor feel very, very comfortable. It was
Absolutely.
his first performance on screen, and he was extremely confident because of the fact that he had somebody who backed his authenticity. So I think that the chemistry that the two of them were able to really kick off is something that people should draw people to this film and find it very endearing because there's something very authentic. It was what they brought to screen was really the way they were off screen.
Yeah, and I think for me personally, I think that's what I'm really vested in, watching that journey unfold on the big screen. And when I first actually read the initial base of the script and the vision behind it, for me, Doom 3 came into mind, Abhishek, where you had to kind of take on some of the disabilities and you had to portray that childlike character in a few of the scenes later in that film. And I can just imagine you having that kind of chemistry with a young actor. So was there any particular scenes or moments during this entire journey that really stayed with you after that camera stopped rolling?
Several, several. Ballu, the character that Devik plays, really is like a monk, and a Zen master for Kaalidhar, who's giving him just the world's greatest advice at times, and a lot of the stuff that he said so nonchalantly, perhaps at times not knowing exactly the gravitas of what he was saying. They kind of stay with you. After
Yeah,
he says it so casually, and
yeah.
it hits you as an adult, having experienced a lot in life. That, oh gosh,
The
this
innocence
life
of a child.
makes so much sense, and so a lot of those advices that he gave me really stayed back with me.
I love that. That's such a humbling statement from yourself, Abhishek. That did it was this film where a little bit of your inner child came out as well?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. It was a prerequisite. Is because in a sense their roles are reversed, right?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Ballu
Exactly.
is the adult and the experienced one in the film, and Kaalidhar is actually the young, inexperienced kid, childlike person. So yeah.
Yeah, so this was a chance for your inner child to really come out and show us that badmashia that a child can get up to in the ziddipan of the journey. But yeah, as I said, I think for me, I'm really excited about that. But obviously, Monisha, you've worked across multiple genres in your time. So what made this particular film really stand out for you in terms of a story you thought was worth backing, aside of the obvious?
I think the simplicity of it, and I've always, somebody who's going gray. I think for me personally, no, no, but I was referring to my hair, and I wear it with great pride. But I also am aware of how ageist the world is,
Yeah.
and to have a story that can be as reverse in ageism, and to portray the fact that child is indeed the father of man, I think was a reason to definitely tell the story. And getting Abhishek to work with us, I mean, that's bonus.
Yeah, definitely a bonus worth having. So when your audiences are going to go and watch this on the 4th of July, what kind of
Hmm?
impact are you hoping the film will leave on that audience, both within India and around the globe? What are you hoping they take away with
Positivity,
them?
positivity, happiness, joy, just really very positive feelings.
What
Yeah,
about you,
I'd
Abhishek?
agree with her. I'd agree with her completely.
So, Abhishek, in an industry where, we see trends changing all the time and quite quickly, almost at the snap of a finger, your recent success really stands out for longevity, impact, and long-lasting impact within, a global industry as well as the public who, the armed janta, as we call us. How do you, through all of this, manage to stay so humble, so grounded, and focused? Because it's really easy to lose all of that and much more. But we always see, this shant, calm, composed nature. How do you manage to achieve that? आज अपना राज खोली दो.
Um, I think your priorities have to be correct.
Yeah,
My priority is to try and be the best actor that I can be. All the other stuff is a ripple effect, and you shouldn't. I think if you pay more attention to the other stuff, that's when you probably get derailed. For
yeah.
me, waking up every morning, I want to try and be the best actor that I can be, and try and make films that'll entertain people and move people, and that's my only priority. And when you have that goal set in front of you, nothing really else matters.
I think that's such a beautiful note. So, something I always like to ask in my interviews, is there something that perhaps the audience may not be aware of, or your public, or your fans, your followers might not know? A chota sa exclusive that you can share with the Leica Radio Network.
Well, the Radiowalli, there's a very good reason why they're not aware of certain stuff, is because we don't want them to know.
But is there anything you would like your followers? Because Abhishek, it's not a secret. I mean, I'm sure you're fully aware, but you're humble about it. So I will big you up for you. That the fan following you have right here in the UK is phenomenal, and you're spoken about with always a lot of love and positivity.
Thank you.
So is there anything you want to share for your fans or your followers today?
I just want to say, Anek Dhanyavad, thank you very much. We don't get this opportunity to thank you all in person, but thank you for the love, the respect, and the support over the last 25 years, not just for me, but for my entire family. And it truly means the world to all of us. We do what we do because of you all, and we are here because of you. And I hope you give me the opportunity to continue to entertain you for a very, very long time.
Oh, that's so sweet. Monisha, how about yourself?
Okay. There
आप
you
तो
go.
कोई राज बता दो.
Well, I'm going to snitch on him, and I'll tell you one of the nicest things to discover about Abhishek is that as naughty as he is, and he can be really, he can pull your leg, and I can assure you there are times that our business partner Madhu Bajwani, she's the butt of both our jokes very often. We really pull her leg, but he is one of the kindest people I know. I kid you not. There is such a humility in his kindness, and they go hand in hand. I can't tell you. There are very few people for whom I'm a person who normally stays away from interviews and things like that. but because it's him, uh, I'm right here because I support him completely, not just as an actor, but as a human being.
That's so kind. And Abhishek, if I wasn't mistaken, did I see you blushing a little bit there?
Not a little bit, very much.
Very much. Thank you once again for your
Thank
time.
you.
On a closing note, is there any messages you'd like to leave for the audiences who are eagerly awaiting कि 4 July कब आएगा?
No, just stay safe, be safe. I hope and pray that your families are happy and peaceful and safe, and that's it.
Thank you so much for your time. We wish you all the very best with the film, and I'm sure you're
Thank
you're going
you.
to love all the reviews that we are going to be leaving you across the Lyca Radio Network. So once again, on behalf of the network, thank you for your time today.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Radio. Cheers.